Friday's here. What that means is I'm drawing a picture with every ARTEZA branded pen that I have in a hope that they will notice me one day to sponsor me. No. Excuse me. Now, today we're on episode 16. The colour is Earth Red. This one here, 206, is that right? Earth Red. Oh, just quickly, I'm going to put the feelers out. I need to do not disturb. I'll be with you in a minute. Should have had this earlier, but I forgot.
When you're in
Twitter next, or X, I should say. Last but not least. Okay, that's everywhere, I think. Right, now I can draw. Now I can draw, sorry about that. Ooh, let's get it on. Right, I wasn't sure about the last drawing I did. Oh, it was alright, people liked it, but I think I'm going to go back more to what I normally do, standard type of drawing. It's a nice colour, this. Already cocked up a line, but it's fine. What's going on here? There's two wonky lines. What's going on? Oh, thank you for the like. Always appreciate it. Thank you for coming into the stream as well. Dead Hand Design, good day, fine sir. How are we doing? Excuse me, thanks for popping in. Oh. Forgive me, I don't know if you've come in here before, Dead Hand. If you have, thanks for returning. If you haven't, welcome. Hope you're all right. This is a weekly series, or it wasn't during the summer, but it is now, where I try and get my money's worth out of a bunch of pens I bought for a birthday a couple of years ago. I'm 16 into a pack of 120. If I do one a week, that's 120 weeks. What's that, over 2 and a bit years? So at some point I'm going to have to start doing two a week. Can't be taking 2 years to do this. I'm going to do it though. I'm going to finish this whole thing. And you never know, maybe one day ARTEZA might pipe up and say, hey, see, you've been using our stuff. How about a sponsor? And I'd be like, hey, yes please, that'd be wonderful. Excuse me. You'd think I'd remember everyone who comes in here, since there aren't that many people who do come in here, but no, I don't. But yeah, say, ARTEZA, you make a damn fine pen. Let's get a deal going and I can tell more people about how much of a damn fine pen you make. I'll tell the world. Hey, you there, good citizens, do you like pens? Get these pens. The Mega. But joking aside, they are good. I have drawn many a things. I finally got a day off that coincides with your live. I've watched some of your reruns. Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And appreciate you taking your time off to watch me draw some goodies. I started streaming on TikTok for the first time a couple of days ago because I thought you had to have 1,000 subs on TikTok before you could stream, which is what used to be the case for YouTube. So I was really trying my best to build that up. I did manage to make a video that went a little bit viral, by my standard anyway. And that was pushing me towards 1,000, but then out of curiosity, I kind of checked it to terms and conditions, all that sort of stuff, and I could stream, so they'd changed it. So I got quite a few off the back of that, which is good. YouTube slowed down a little bit. I keep getting subs here and there, which is nice. I'm not uploading as much on YouTube, like I'll try my best, but I've started doing prints, or started working on getting some of my work printed, some of the stuff I've done in my sketchbooks. A lot of people have been asking, again I say a lot by my standards, I've been asking about these ones. So I've been looking into how to print them. I've got a photocopier, so I'm going to try and get some of these printed, the ones that I like. I'm going to get them printed for people to buy. Unfortunately, you can't buy the original because it's in a book that I still draw in. And yeah, I started live streaming. I bought this book specifically to live stream on TikTok in, just a little A6 thing. Done a few in there already. And I've also in the middle of drawing an original that I will be putting up for sale when I've finished it. I'm not going to show it yet. I'm tempted to show you, but I'm not going to show you just yet. You can wait for that. So hopefully, because those things are taking up a little bit more of my time, hopefully I can get an Etsy shop up going as well, and people can start purchasing my things if they wish. But in the meantime, if you still just want to watch me draw some stuff, I'll live stream every excuse me, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like normal. I might scrap the Wednesday one and have that for sketchbook upload time. So I might change that one. But the Monday and Fridays are the definite ones. Prince would be epic, and I have followed you on TikTok. Mystery, yeah, it's not really a mystery. It's just because people are asking for prints. I thought I'll look into, because the problem is all the ones that people wanted printing are in sketchbooks, and I don't want to tear up my sketchbook. So I thought, right, I'll try and photocopy them and create prints out of them, but because I obviously want to make a living out of this, and prints won't go for that expensive. They'll be, what, I don't know, depending on the size of them, 10, 20, 30 pounds. Which it isn't like necessarily that cheap, but it's not like really expensive, whereas original works. So the plan is to do an original picture on a size this big. That one will go for like a substantial amount, and I'll photocopy it, and then there can be subsequent prints afterwards for sort of cheaper prices. And the plan is when I do 5 original works, by then I should have a good amount of prints as well and a shop set up, and I want to have all of this done before Christmas. That's the target that I've set myself, that if I can get all this done before Christmas, or by the time Christmas comes around, and I can get something sold, then it'll help out. But yeah, my target is, like I said, I don't expect to be a gajillionaire, but make enough money to just cover your bases, because I'm not a particularly materialistic kind of person. It's just enough money to cover your rent, your bills, make sure the kids are okay. I'm not arsed. Just give me an office space to do my work from, and we're all gravy. That's all I'm bothered about. But that's the goal. Sort of within a year, sort of everything. There's enough there I can live off. And because you can make money streaming as well, I thought it makes sense to incorporate it into your work. And as well, it's a good insight. Like, people were asking when I first started uploading all this stuff, people were asking, like, what my process is. People do actually enjoy watching the sort of full streamer stuff. Like, there's short videos, like time-lapse ones at 2 minutes for people, there's the live streams for people, so try and make it a bit of everything. And there's also other elements I want to incorporate into my work. Sounds like a great plan to me. We'll watch with Antigua. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Anyone who comes in and watches, diversity is the best way. That's kind of my plan. Not to just focus on one thing. It's a balance. Like, it's taken me a year to figure out sort of the best way to incorporate everything into sort of a manageable schedule. I'm still figuring it out. Like, I've moved my timetable around quite a few times. And because I've got home responsibilities as well, it's like trying to figure out how to work it in around all that as well. One thing I've wanted to incorporate into my work is skulls. Like, I really love skull designs and drawing them as well. So today I kind of got back into that before this stream. And I don't even see that. Because what I wanted to do was make a template. Yeah. I wanted to make a template that I could use in loads of drawings. So the skull part of it, I wanted to make a really nice, neat and tidy skull, which was that. I can just, because I use dot grid paper, I can just throw that down really quickly and then incorporate this kind of design on top of that, and have them sell as prints and originals and all that sort of stuff. Because I don't want to just, as much as I love doing these kind of drawings, and these will always be like one of the main sort of focal points and guts of the drawings, I wanted to incorporate this into other things. So that was the idea with that. And I quite like that that template that I made today, so I'm gonna sort of use that and see what I can make out of it. I might try and do something with it at the weekend. We shall see. We shall see. Big enough ARTEZA pens. a minute ago, but the nib feels a little bit off on this one. I got to the end of your last stream with the skulls. It was very cool. Thank you. Yeah, it was. That was again just messing about with some templates and figuring out the detail and stuff. And like Wednesday was because the sort of timetable I have. Wednesday was a time slot for a stream. It used to be one of the Black Book streams, so Mondays and Wednesdays were these ones. But I've pushed it back to just Monday, freeing up kind of Wednesday afternoon, and that was always a time slotted for a stream, but I might not have that as a stream anymore. I'll just have that as either a sketchbook time, so I can carry on with these ones because I love drawing these ones, and again I want to make some prints out of these too. But the last one I did was a little while ago. It was that one, because these I'm finding it harder and harder to fit these ones in, even though I love drawing these ones. So I might have to kind of use Wednesday as the day I get that in. And then any sort of scrapbooking or ideas I might have, I'll do away from camera, like I did before. Like I say, I'm relatively new at all this, so first year always figuring out the best way to go about it. Building up a bit of confidence as well to say, right, here's my work that you can come and watch and that you can sort of buy. I've been looking at prices as well, what people are selling theirs for. And even though I wouldn't be able to afford some people's art, that's amazing. Like, I don't find it unreasonable. Like, if people are selling theirs for hundreds or sometimes thousands of pounds or thousands of dollars, whatever. Like, I never think it's unreasonable if somebody sells their work at that price, but it's just having the confidence to say to yourself, you should sell your stuff at that price as well. Obviously, depending, obviously the media that you use, the size of the canvas, all that kind of stuff. Let's move this over. Back. I was told in art class that you should never sell an original for less than 200 because it's your time and talent. You're selling not just the art. You don't see a plumber quoting you. Yeah, I've read similar things. It's one of the ones doing the round on TikTok is you're not just paying for the 2 to 4 hours or the 2 days or whatever it took or whatever it is to create that one bit of art or the ink or the charcoal or whatever it is. You're paying for the years and years of practice and experience you've built up to be able to create the art. That's what you're paying for. Yeah, I mean, the first thought I had, I think, was £100. I think no less than that. But after looking at some other people's work, I am thinking about maybe £200. Like I've looked back at it and I've detailed it sort of fairly well. So yeah, £200 is probably for my first one. I think the fear I've got is I don't want to overprice it. I have the fear that people will say it's too expensive, which is weird because I've seen people price up, their work at really sort of expensive prices, and I even though I wouldn't be able to buy it, I'd say to them, fuck what other people say. It's your art, it's your work. You price it what you think it's worth. If you think it's worth £1,000 and you sell it for £1,000, someone will buy it. But just when it comes to my own work, I don't seem to have that confidence. But yeah, I think I will be, sort of when I look at it, I will be selling it for. It will be in the hundreds like that. Oh, sorry, my head's getting in the shot there. I saw someone, I forget the artist's name on Instagram that I followed. Brilliant artist. They do like townscapes, almost like townhouses, town buildings, things like that, and they look they're super detailed, really good. And they were saying that someone was giving them stick because they used a ruler. Like it devalues the quality or the talent of the artist. I just think that's, and they were asking sort of people about it, and I remember I commented saying I got stick because I did a graffiti alphabet and someone gave me a stick because it was on dot grid paper. I thought that was a very strange criticism. With that one person who falls in love and can't say no, whatever the cost. That's how you make the money. Well, that's it, yeah. Just takes one. Well, not one. Say if I do 5. The target would be 5 pieces a month, I reckon, at £200 if I can get them sold. But like I say, well, no, it wouldn't. No, because it wouldn't really work like that, would it? Just because I made 5 a month doesn't mean they'd sell. But it's not a guarantee. Like selling physical copies is never a guarantee, which is why you do things like make prints available or you stream your work as well, because it's just another sort of option, even if it's a few quid. Like, I've got less than 1,000 subs on TikTok, and when I first streamed on there, someone put I think someone gave me was it a diamond or a gem or something? And when I look back at the statistics, apparently it was worth 4p. Oh, thank you very much, but every little helps. Obviously, build up a subscriber base or fan base or whatever. Four p is 4p, exactly right. I'm not going to grumble at 4p at all. Someone gave me money, in a sense. I've got no idea how you cash it in or whatever, but obviously I'm not going to do anything with it now. But doodle doo 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 doo. Oh, back. Oh. Oof. Now move it off to the side a bit. The left-handed, don't know why, but this reminds me of Nostromo from Alien. Thank you very much, left-handed painter. It's good to see you as well. Thank you for the sub on, obviously on here and on TikTok as well. Yeah, TikTok's been popping off a little bit for me recently. That one video seems to have doubled my subscriber count, almost. Saw some of your work as well, Painter, is really good. First thing I thought when I saw it was those pictures I've seen of is it if depictions of angels were real with the funny eyeballs and stuff. I've seen that a few times. Damn it, there's a good few of yours. Like, thank you. Yeah, I was just chatting to Dead Hand Design about how I'm in the process of I'm working on some original pieces and prints as well. Like yourself, you quite a few people now have been asking about prints. So there's been yourself and quite a few others. And because they're in sketchbooks, obviously I don't want to just tear the pages out of my sketchbook, and I can't really do that. But I've got a photocopier, so I've been looking into how to clean them all up, and actually make them. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here, if it'll let me. There you go. Yeah, actually making them into sellable prints. Because I'm not just going to be doing those, but I'll be doing the original pieces as well, and they would be more expensive, but the smaller prints. So whilst you're here, because I know you're asking, so I'll take some of my favourites from here. So these are my A6 drawings, and I'll be turning some of these into prints, and I don't know what they'd go between £10 and £20, I guess. I don't know, I'd have to look into that. I'd be making some of these into prints as well. These would go for maybe a bit more. And my sketchbook stuff as well. So some of these ones I'd turn into prints too. I wouldn't do them all, but I just do. Do you have a website? Not yet. The route I'm thinking of going is Etsy. I've heard a couple of things about Etsy, like some people have had trouble, like Etsy can be a bit funny around closing your channel without a good enough reason, just because some idiot crybabied about your page. But I think the logistics into getting a website up, like I don't know how to do that, and I don't know about the cost. Whereas Etsy is like specifically for art. I've kind of flipped back and forward between Etsy and my own website. I'm not quite sure how to do it. So I don't know. I'll kind of cross that bridge when I get to it. But the goal is, like I say, 5 original pieces, and by the time they're done, I'll have a good sort of selection of prints, and maybe a couple of other things, like people are into stickers and badges. So I want to build up a good portfolio of work to actually put on the website before I put it up, if you know what I mean. For NFT, but sell them off your own back. The last thing you want is someone else profit. Yeah, a friend of mine's talked about NFTs. I don't get it. Like, I know, like with it's Bitcoin, isn't it, and all that kind of stuff. Like, you get the Bitcoin and then you exchange the Bitcoin. It just seems like a faff to me. It's like, can I go into Asda, get my shopping, and it's like, right, that's 50 quid for your shopping, here's some Bitcoin. No, well, I can't be arsed then. If I've got like websites to set up and drawings to do and prints to sort out, it just seems like another sort of ball ache to me. I don't know if that's just me being lazy, or I don't know, but yeah, I just feel like I don't get it. Like, people say, oh, you can make loads through NFTs. It's like, yeah, but I just want to draw. I just want to draw pictures and draw some art and make enough money to, to cover my rent and make sure the kids are all right. Like I was saying to Dead Hand Design, I'm not materialistic. Just enough to get me by. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm not drawing much. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this bit here. But to go back to your question, Dead Hand Design, there's definitely a website coming. I need to research it more. What would be the best option for me? I'd probably prefer a website, because then it would just be me. It would just be my, I'd be taking care of all the admin, but I don't know how to set it up yet. I was getting, yeah, sell your own print. Yeah, definitely. 100%. But they are, to answer your question that you did ask me before, and a few people have asked me that, yeah, prints are they are coming. They are on the way. And I will let people know when they are done, when they are ready. I'm still trying to figure out the best thing to do for my timetable as well. Like I've settled on Monday. And Friday, definitely at 6 p.m. UK time, to do these streams. There was originally a stream on Wednesday, but I think I might scrap that and do some time-lapse stuff, because I've neglected that a little bit. I did go back to some A6 time lapses, so that was one I was doing, but the software or the app that I'm using on my phone to capture it conked out halfway through, so I only got half the recording done, which was annoying, but what are you going to do? I think I said in one of my other streams as well, just for a bit of fun, I was going to do a tier list of all the A6 drawings I've done and rank them. Oh, like all the drawings I've done over the last year. Do you know, I'm not going to lie. That is one of the reasons I do prefer streaming, because editing is just annoying. But I will say that I've managed to get it to such a way where the editing that I do for these, the longest pieces to edit are the sketchbook stuff. So these ones are the longest to edit, but they still only take, because there's a app I've got called UCut on my mobile phone, because that's where I do all my live streaming and recording from. So you just chuck it into there once you've recorded it. Once you've recorded the video, you just chuck it in there. I think the speed, I always speed it up. Oh no, sorry, I'm talking up my backside there. I've just thought, I've got, on my new phone, I've got a time-lapse option, so it's times 30. So that cuts away one stage of editing, which is really nice. So I'll put it into UCut. I think I just put a quick filter on it. I add the picture, so I'll take a still photo of it. Stitch that on the end, which is really easy. And I'll put a animation on it again, which is just add animation, and then render. I think the whole editing process takes about 2 minutes, and then I have to wait for it to fully render. The longest part of it is pissing about with the thumbnail and copy and pasting everything around the YouTube bit. That takes about 10 minutes. That's the biggest pain in the ass. So all in all, I think editing a video takes 20 minutes tops. And I bitch about that, and I just think, Jesus, if you can't even stomach a 20-minute edit. And obviously live streams even quicker, but yeah, editing's not that bad. For me at least, because I don't like it that much, I just thought, what's the quickest way I can get it out of the way? Tags and descriptions, yeah. I'm not even sure they work, to be honest. Like, I've looked at, I'm sure you guys have seen these videos you know, gain 1,000 subscribers in no time at all. I think they're all bullshit, to be honest. You know, make sure you tag your work properly. And I'm not saying I'm entitled to, you know, 1,000 subscribers, or is it 500 subs now you need? And 3,000 hours. I'm not saying I'm entitled to those numbers, but of course I'm not at all. There's so many hours of footage on YouTube of everything. It's going to be hard to stand out, but you know, saying these tags do this and do that, I'm not entirely sure how much they really work. But yeah, tags and descriptions, what a pain in the ass that is. I think it's 500 subs for you to sell merch and others. Is that on here or on TikTok? I read on TikTok, I think I've read this wrong. I think I read on TikTok it was 100,000 subs, but I think that's for like partners and like really sort of more advanced stuff. But I might have read that wrong. 500, yeah, YouTube, yeah, they've reduced it to 500 to sell merch. It's the watch time though, because I know it was on Shorts, it was 10 million hours, but I think that's changed. And I want to say 300 hours of watch time, but it's over a year, I think, because they changed that as well. So I'd have to double check. I can't remember exactly. I think it was that. I think. And I think I'm what was I at? Was I in the 300s or 400s? I can't remember. Around there. And that was over a year. I think that was put there to sort of be consistent. $3,000, yeah, 3,000. 3,000. That was one of the reasons I started streaming. Well, the idea came from, like, I had 120 of these pens and I thought I'm not going to use them all, so I need to figure out what to do with them. So I thought, I know, I'll do a drawing with every single colour, so then it justifies me buying them. And I thought, well, why not stream it? I do short form videos like time lapses and, you know, record them. Why not see if I can live stream it? And at the time, YouTube, there was a threshold attached to streaming on YouTube. This was right before Twitch changed their policy, because it was it the revenue was 70-30 or 60-40, and then they lowered it. I want to say 50-50, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Basically, they were screwing out the streamers, basically saying, you know, you're going to get less money for the stuff that you stream. And then YouTube went, oh, we'll have some of that, but we've changed it now, so you can stream straight away. For, you know, there's no threshold to it; you can just stream. So I thought, oh, nice one. To keep it all together, I'll start streaming on YouTube. And I thought, well, I'll use these drawings to stream them. It's just something a bit different. gives me an excuse to try streaming for a bit, see how that goes, and people seem to like it. And then I did the black book one because I had a sketchbook there doing nothing, and thought, how am I going to fill this? So I thought I'll stream just some random stuff in there, and that seemed to go down well. And lots of people stream these days. It seems to be a popular thing, so I thought, right, I'll carry that on then. That's why I'll always permanently have at least 2 spots in the week where I stream. And then I'll stream on TikTok as well. I'll try and make a spot on a Tuesday and Thursday for that. Because Tuesdays and Thursdays will be primarily off camera. I'll be drawing like the original pieces and things like that. But yeah, like my shoulder. But yeah, like Dadan Design was saying, like mix it up a bit, which was my thought. 42, I think, but I've only just started uploading my work and projects. My problem is my camera. I am exactly so. I'm terrible on camera. Oh. But if you've got a YouTube, yeah, I'll sub to you now. Actually, if you've got a YouTube. Subscribe. There you go. You've got 43 now. And I'll check out some. I don't tend to subscribe to a lot of people on this channel. I've got another channel where I watch all my TV stuff, but I've subscribed to your channel, and I'll give some of your stuff a watch. But yeah, I know what you mean about being camera shy. I'm rubbish on camera. My friends and I started a gaming channel. It's called Triple B. And I'm just not very good at being entertaining at all. Like, this isn't so bad because I'm just chatting. I'm just talking, so it's not as bad. But I'm the same as you. I'm not very good on camera. But my thought process behind that was, well, it's inevitable that everyone's going to be shit when they start. They're not going to, they're not used to talking on camera. They're not going to be comfortable with it. So just keep going. Just keep putting out videos. Just keep getting used to chatting on camera, and you'll eventually get better. That's the hope, anyway. But I had there's a fellow YouTuber, a friend of mine called Coob. He comes and watches quite a lot, and we were chatting about putting some stuff on YouTube, and like he was saying that he was a bit nervous about doing it, and I suppose the thing I'd say to anybody is just do it. I don't mean that in an aggressive way. I mean, I suppose, like, if you're thinking of doing it, then definitely try it. Like, it might not be for you. You might do it and you might not like it, which is fine. But if you really do want to try it out and all that, just kind of bite the bullet. More often than not, people are actually really nice. I don't think I've had any negative comments on YouTube yet. I've had a few thumbs down on my videos before, but when people come in, they're normally really. I find that with the art community in general, to be honest, people are really supportive, really nice. They just want you to do well. Oh, I need to I'll put it on this side. I shall put it here. Yeah, I'll put it here. Down one here. 206. Oof, I'm a bit of a gamer myself, so I'll definitely check out your other channel. Yeah, I'd love to get stuck into Starfield. I've just had to cancel my Xbox Live subscription though. I think I've still got the really basic one, so the like Xbox Gold, but I did have the sort of ultimate one where you can play PC games, and I was going to play Starfield through that because I've only got an Xbox One S, but I've had to cancel it because we have to save some pennies. So if I don't need it, I'm going to get rid of it, which is gutting because I thought, oh, I'll get to play it on my PC now, but no. I hadn't started playing it yet. I would have been more gutted if I'd started playing it and then I had to cancel it. That would be heartbreaking. Because I was playing a load of No Man's Sky up until the release of Starfield, and I was really getting into that. I was really enjoying it because they improved it loads since when it first came out, which was good. But yeah, I did really enjoy that. But I would say with the gaming channel, my friend Mr. Black, he's more entertaining on it than I am. I'm just not very good with commentary. I'm not convinced about stuff, but I'm more of a sim management player. It's funny you say that. One of my best friends who's playing it, who I was playing No Man's Sky with, he said that he possibly expected too much from it. There were certain things, like I think it was like more quality of life issues within the game itself that make it a bit frustrating. Like he said, it was still good, but maybe not as good and hyped up a little bit. But yeah, Dead Hand. I do like a good sim and management player. Like I'm just not very good at them. Like I really like City Skylines. I'm a big fan of that, but I don't think I've got the patience or nous for it. Like I think I get ahead of myself with that game too much. Like I'll start thinking about, oh, I really want to create this massive city, but before I can get to that stage, I've got to like manage my water and stuff like that properly. Like I'll play it for a bit, I'll get so far, and then I'll kind of leave off it. But I do like those kind of games. Like I'm a big fan of 2 Point Hospital as well. I love that game. But the problem I've got with that game, I think I did something like 20 hours on it in a week. Then got to a sort of relatively tricky level and burnt myself out a little bit. And I thought, right, I'll come back to it again when I'm ready. Because I really wanted to play 2 Point Campus. But I said, no, you're finishing 2 Point Hospital before you even think about that game. Yeah, City Skylines 2 looks awesome. but no new games for me, unfortunately. Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky. I never played Elite Dangerous, but it looked really good. I know a few. Do I know a couple? Yeah, I think a couple of mates of mine on Steam played that. I never got around to it, but it looked really, really, really good. I think my favourite types of games. The game I play most is, at the minute, is Warzone. Not because I'm some big COD fanboy, although the original Modern Warfare 2 and 3 were really good. But during lockdown, as a means of staying in touch with my mates, we needed something we could all play. And we ended up having such a good laugh on it that we just kind of stuck with it. And it is good fun. Like, I mean, I think the devs are idiots for some of the choices they make, but like I said, I don't finish drawing or doing any kind of work stuff until 9, and by the time 9 o'clock comes around, I'm kind of a bit burnt out to really put thought into a game. So just mindless shooting is all I'm up for. I think it's out on Game Pass soon. Lost My Life to see. Yes, it's so good. Like, yeah, like I said, the problem I've got is I'll just play hours and hours on it, and I'll kind of burn myself out because I'll get so far, and I get impatient with it. So that's not the game's fault. That's my fault. But yeah, City Skylines is awesome. I used to love SimCity back on the SNES. I've still got my copy of it as well. Nice colour, this, isn't it? It's good to know that I've strictly left all the yellow colours behind. They are gone. We're now up into the reds. Yeah, I've seen it's been delayed for car. I would probably get it on my PC though. I don't know, it just seems to feel nicer on the PC. I played the Xbox One edition for a bit. I don't really know what the difference was, but I think I'd still just get it on my PC anyway. I'm literally building a new PC. Nothing wrong with that. My PC's getting on a little bit. I remember when I built my PC, I didn't have very good luck with the timing of it. It was when would it have been? There was a whole thing, I think it was the start of, was it Bitcoin farming? So graphics cards were like through the roof. So mine, which normally would have cost, I don't know, a couple of £100, I think I had to pay 300 for it. And the problem was, because I use my PC for work, for this kind of work and all that sort of stuff, and my other PC had kind of half died, I had no choice but to get it. And then I found out the CPU that I got, it didn't come with a fan. So I had to wait another few days and pay an extra 45 quid for a fan. And that was the first PC, the one that I'm using now, was the first time that I thought, right, I'm actually going to make an effort and build it myself. I got so far, and then I had to get my mate to come and help me, who's I've bled through a bit. Not too bad. He's really good at with PCs. He knows like what he's talking about, but I just struggled. I couldn't do it. I think I put everything in place, like I put in the graphics card and the CPU and all that sort of stuff myself, but it was when it came to connecting it all up, I really struggled with it. So I had to call him round and say, mate, can you help me? I'm struggling. I might be alright now, like if I just had to like upgrade the RAM or something like that. I think I'd be okay with that. Which I suppose I could do. But yeah, my PC is knocking on a little bit. It's not bad, but it's not anything special anymore compared to the stuff you get today. Like, it'll still play pretty much anything, but it's getting into the territory now where some of the more major games, like if you ran it on 4 settings, it might start gassing a little bit. Nothing wrong with, yeah, like it's not my forte, like technology. It's not, like I don't particularly get on with technology. Like if it doesn't work, it just annoys me that it doesn't work, because I think, well, you should work. If you're a brand new bit of kit and you're failing. I think I'm just an impatient person in general when it comes to stuff like that. Oof. I'm the family IT manager. Well, I am, unfortunately, but my expertise doesn't extend much past. Have you switched it on and off again? Or off and on again, sorry. Like, I know basics and that. I mean, I think a system reset, system restore, I think that's perhaps the furthest I've got. Excuse me, I keep burping, just had dinner. I didn't ask either. Where are you both from, by the way? I'm always surprised when people from outside the UK are in here. It's just one of those things where, because I'm in the UK, I just automatically assume people watching are in the UK, but it's like it's YouTube. Everybody in the world has access to it. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, you are both in UK. Here's me expecting somewhere really exotic. Both in the UK. Kent. Yeah, I'm in Doncaster, South Yorkshire. South Yorkshire. Bloody Yorkshire. What was I going to do here? Completely forgot what I was going to do with this. Yeah, I'll do that. Bloody Yorkshire. You like our tea. Yorkshire tea. Mallorcan. Sunny Manchester. Manchester. I think I'm actually Scottish. My whole family is as well. I don't have the accent because I left when I was 4, but my parents and all my extended family still speak with the accent. I think my dad, I've said this to my kids before, that I think my dad went back in our timeline. I'd have to, but I don't know if I'm misremembering, I'd have to double check with him, but I think if you go back far enough in my timeline, it's Norwegian, I think. But other than that, it's all Scotland. I've got like the odd auntie and cousin that are English because my Scottish uncle married into, but Manchester. I remember having to go. That's the most perfect set of lines I've possibly ever drawn. Anyway, yeah, last time I was in Manchester was for my UCAS, the UCAS thing, where you pick your uni. That was a long ass time ago. What a waste of goddamn time uni was. Holy hell. And I remember as well when we were there, we went to the shopping centre. I cannot remember what it was called. And George Best, may he rest in peace, was doing a book signing. And I remember going, wow, it's George Best. Even as a Liverpool fan, I still really like George Best. He was class. So happy it's the weekend, by the way. So happy. Still don't think I'm used to the kids going back to school. Like every morning I feel absolutely shagged. Okay, let's go back over this side. Oh, shoulders. You mentioned an artist at the end of your last stream and showed off his work in a book. Could I ask what book that was? Yes, you may. Let me just grab it for you. if it's who I'm thinking of, because I believe Coob asked me to do a run through of my black book, and there was a stage in my book where I was inspired by a particular artist. So the book is called Monochrome. I discovered this book. There's a YouTube channel, a graffiti YouTube channel. I think it's called Cute. I believe if you type in Cute Graffiti, and one of their videos they do a run through of this book. And I found it on Amazon. It was a second hand book, as you can tell. The corners are a bit thing, but it was only a tenner, and I thought it was the only one left, and I thought I can't pass this up. I don't think because on the YouTube channel that I discovered it on, Cute's channel, I think there was a link to the store to get this from, but I don't think they do this book anymore. I think they're on like part 2 or 3. But yeah, it's just a load of graffiti artists' work. And the artist I was referencing was this one, Lik, L-I-K. Very big influence on my work. Because I mess about with basic shapes and things like that. Another artist as well, who is in here, who's one of my probably top 3 graffiti artists. I'll try and find what page he's on. Where is he? Does. What was he, 54? Yeah, Does. Absolutely incredible artist. Most of his work doesn't actually look like that. But yeah, the book is Monochrome. Like I say, the last time I looked, the book that you get off the website it's from, I don't think they do it anymore. I got that off Amazon secondhand, so maybe, I don't know, if you just sort of search on Amazon, there might be another one available. But I had to get, because I originally was going to get one of Duz's books, but it was about 40 or 50 quid. So I thought, instead I'll get that book and a couple of other things. This was some birthday money I got, but because that was the last one available, I thought I've got to get that. I can't not get it if it's available, because there's so much cool artwork in there. But yeah, like talking about the price of things earlier, like his books are, what was it, £40–50, which is worth it. Like, and some of his artwork is really expensive. But again, like, I think he's one of the best graffiti artists in the world. So, I mean, who the hell am I to say that he shouldn't sell his work for that much? I'd happily buy his artwork. There's a few other books I've got as well. Like Graffiti World, that's quite an old one. Graffiti Fonts. Dime, he's one of my favourite graffiti artists. Mirko Reiser is his real name. He's German, I believe. He's one of the best graffiti artists in the world as well. He's like the 3D stuff he does is ridiculous. Yeah, graffiti art is actually one of my main inspirations. I absolutely love it. And I would at some point like to do more graffiti pieces, but still not 100% on sort of the quality of the pieces I'm doing. Again, it's just finding time because I'm, like I say, doing stuff with skulls I'd like to implement into my drawings. I think I did a sketch with some bugs as well. I think that'd be a really cool idea. Obviously, you don't want to have too many ideas because you can kind of overwhelm yourself a little bit. Dum, dum, dum. I've not even probably backed up and looked at this yet. How's it looking? Any good? Excuse me. It's looking alright. Obviously had a few more bits. How much battery have I got left? I might have to get a shift on. 40%, we're okay. Fire, thank you very much. Like I said, the original piece that I'm working on is one that looks, it's basically one of these. With a bit more detail. A bit more detail? No, it's basically one of these that I've drawn, but I've spent a lot more time on it, just to make it a bit more neater, a bit crisper and a bit cleaner. Like, these are just sort of fun streams that I do. They're not, you know, I'm kind of just drawing and see what pops out. But the original piece that I've done is just a lot more sort of thought out, if you like. And the ones that will be coming after it will be like that as well. Like, I'll obviously be doing them away from camera, just, you know, really concentrating on making them as good as I can. Right, lad, off to go and eat Mackey's, lol. Oh, nice. Bit of Mackey's, eh? Love it. Well, thank you so much for joining Left-Handed Painter. Really appreciate it. I'll give some of your videos a watch tonight and over the weekend. I really appreciate you popping in. It was good seeing you, good chatting to you. Hope to see you again, my friend. Getting Mackey's though. I'm not as jealous as I normally would be because I did make homemade meatballs for dinner for everybody, so I'm not too jealous. Although Mackey's did start to go downhill when they decided to take ice cream sundaes off the menu. I mean, what's all that about? Who does that? It's like your best. It's like your best pudding. Keep your McFlurry. I'll take a ice cream sundae, thanks. If it's all the same with you. But you go and enjoy your Mackey's, my friend. Overextended that line a bit, didn't I? Whoops. Just do that, it's fine. No one will know. If you still want to get back, I'll hop on. With the rate I'm going, I probably will be. It's going quite slowly, this one. I think because what I normally do is I'll do the shapes first, then I'll do the detail, but I've kind of done it all as one this time. Yeah, I think if I manage to get off or finish with a bit of time to spare, like I'll jump off fully at half nine. I'm going to carry on with this skull. Like the more I look at this skull, the more I'm really happy with it, because this was just meant to be a template, like an outline that I follow, and then I was going to create some designs off the back of it. What are we on, an hour and a half? Well, an hour 40 now. Yeah, these normally go on about 2 hours. The skull does look great. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I used to get stuck on drawing skulls for ages because I was so obsessed with like proportions and stuff. And the whole, I remember when I was learning anatomy, specifically heads and faces. Can't find monochrome, not even back up on it. Oh, no way. I mean, I must admit, I got really lucky. Like I said, there was one left on Amazon. It was only going for £10. The only thing I could think of maybe is making a request to the original author, I guess. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I think I just got really lucky with that book. But I'm very, very happy that I got it. Because it seemed to be... I remember putting it on my Amazon wishlist when I first saw it, and it was available... Was it still available as new on Amazon when I first put it on my wishlist? I can't remember. But I didn't even originally intend on getting that book, but when I saw how much it was and there's only one left, I thought I've got to get that. But yeah, with skulls, and thank you for the second like. I've just noticed that. I don't know who gave me that, but thank you very much. But yeah, when I was learning to draw skulls, when I was learning to draw anatomy, like I'm not very good at drawing anatomy at all. I really struggle with it. I was kind of getting a bit too obsessed with like proportions. Like when I was drawing sort of heads, like you're going to have is it the ARTEZA head? Not the ARTEZA head. I'm getting ARTEZA in my head because of that. It was called is it the Azario head? What's it called? That kind of polygonal head. But yeah, I was using that to draw, or to learn to draw heads and faces and all that kind of business. And I was kind of using that. Like I obviously pulled up a load of tutorials on skulls as well. But I was mainly using that to figure out how to draw skulls. And I could never get the proportions of it quite right. Like it was always too... Like the bottom, it was the bottom part of the jaw was always too stumpy. Like it never... I could never get that right. So just sort of recently I've been messing about with just extending down the portions of the chin. Like it's not exactly... Because I remember the whole thing with the heads, it was a third. Like it was like it was split into thirds, like your top third, middle third, and bottom third, and they were all the same size. And then you split that into half. But when it came to a skull, it never quite fit. Like the bottom third was always just too small, and that really annoyed me. So I kind of went back and did another practice, and I seem to have found the right proportions now, so it's looking a lot better. But yeah, I'd say for that monochrome book, maybe keep looking. There might be one might pop up. You never know. I might start thinking about background in this. No, I'm not yet. There's not enough on it, I don't think. Not yet. Yeah, we are getting there bit by bit. Oh my days. It's not the best set of lines you'll ever see, but you plough on. It's a bit bare over this side, I think. I don't know why. Let me just have a look at my other drawings. I don't know why this seems a bit barren compared to the others. Where's my sketchbook? Squeeze me, I just trumped. Yeah, there's a little bit more. Well, it's not as wide, it's a bit narrower. Yeah, there's more on it. I only compared it, it just feels like I've been going at this for ages. I don't know why. I don't know why it's slower. It just feels like I've been going at this for flipping ages. How much battery have I got left? 30, yeah, we're good for battery, 30%, that'll last a bit longer. Let's have a back up. Let's have a look at this thing. Again, still feels a bit barren for some reason. I'm going to go down here a bit more. There's my little ruler. I need that. Yeah, already that's improved it. It just looks a bit chunkier. Get somewhere. Starting to thicken out a little bit. May I ask, is there a reason you don't use a ruler? Percent organic freehand. I suppose, I think it's just a comfort thing. I just prefer doing it freehand. On the original piece that I'm doing, so for example, I'm trying to find one here. So with these kind of sketches, so say backgrounds like this, and say these and them. On the original that I'm doing, I have done a background like this where there's horizontal lines across it. Because that's a good example as well. That's a great example. Because it's an original that I'm hoping someone will buy, on that particular picture I've used rulers for that. Because the vertical lines on an A4 bit of paper are so long, I don't think I'd be able to keep a continuous line without it being without it getting like a bit wobbly. And when you stop as well, when you stop the pen, you can kind of see the ink dot where I've stopped. On these kind of drawings, I think it's fine, because not that it's rough, but that's just like you say, it's more of an organic feel. But on the originals that I plan to sell, I want them to look as clean as possible while still having the authentic feel of me drawing it. So everything is drawn as is, but I've used a ruler for the backgrounds. For all my other drawings, the main reason is comfort. And I think before as well, I kind of had a little bit of an insecurity, thinking that, oh, if you use a ruler, then it doesn't validate your work as much. And I don't want to use the word cheating, because it's obviously not cheating, but I think I always had it in my head that every drawing has to be perfect, freehand, da 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 da. And I thought using dot grid paper was like a decent enough compromise. But I don't really care as much anymore. I think with these kind of drawings, the main reason is I just prefer to kind of like freehand it and go dot to dot. And it kind of started as well with there was an exercise to improve your line work where you draw a dot and then you'd try and draw a straight line through it. And it kind of evolved into me dot 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 and then doing shapes. And I quite enjoyed just the freedom of drawing like that, I guess. But I don't know if that's a bit of a waffly answer, but the main reason is it's just the feel of it when I draw. It just feels nicer. Like using a ruler like this and then like that and then like that, it just feels too cumbersome, and like it would just take so long. Whereas because these kind of drawings are more organic in the sense that I haven't pre-planned this, I've just kind of gone where I've felt. I think if I used a ruler to do it, it would break the flow, if that makes any sense. I think there's definitely a time and a place for ruler. Like I say, with the original work that I'm planning to sell, in specific areas of that drawing, like the background vertical lines, I want them all to look perfectly straight. I think that's a good place for it. It doesn't so matter much in these ones. Like if I were to do a background where it was vertical, I would just do it freehand. But yeah, the main reason is just it just feels nicer when I'm able to just kind of do it freely. If there was a more pre-planned drawing that I was doing, then maybe in some parts I would use a ruler. But for these kind of drawings, because I haven't pre-planned them, it would just basically take longer. But there definitely is a time and place for using a ruler. I think before I would have been a bit insecure about using one, but now I think it's perfectly fine. I think just create what you want, how you want, from your imagination. Use whatever tools you've got available to you. It's just for these drawings, because I haven't planned anything out. I just think it would take too long if I used a ruler for a lot of the lines. But if it was a drawing that I'd planned out, oh god, I've just gobbed all over my page there. Then I might consider using a ruler for it. It would just depend. I don't know if that's a good answer, if that makes sense, or if I'm just talking bollocks. Like I've been drawing digital stuff as well. I used to draw sort of more digital works of art. I used to draw sort of movie characters, and I quite like the painter feel of when I drew those characters, and I wanted that to have that feel with these, but I couldn't again, it just goes down to the fit. It just doesn't feel the same on a digital tablet as it does on the page. And for ages I was trying to mimic the feel of that, but it didn't quite work that way. So like really recently I've started to use the sort of straight line tool and the polygon tool. So the way I would work is I would draw the basic shapes, then smaller details around it, then smaller details in it, and then colour it. And then I was going to use like paint brushes, like splatter brushes to kind of detail the actual colours and the main shapes of it. So it just took me a little while to learn how to work differently on a tablet. But there I thought using rulers and line tools and polygon tools were a lot more appropriate. But yeah, I'm very much in the camp of, when it comes to art, anything that you do what you want, use what you want, draw what you want, paint what you want, sculpt what you want, use whatever tools you want. I think some people are a bit too precious about stuff like that. But the whole point of art is, you know, it's just freedom to do whatever you want. Very good answer, thank you. I'm glad. I shouldn't really do that. Ooh, I'm starting to get a bit scruffy now. That wasn't the best set of lines. I think what I might do with these, I'm just going to do one more line, I think. Let's have a look at you. That's a bit more like it. Might add just another one down there, and I might do a couple of like little drone satellite things like I did. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. Yeah, the nib of this pen felt a bit rougher, like, than, well, the reason I started using this paper is because these pens worked really well with this paper. It felt really nice and smooth. But I don't know, I don't know if it's the nib of this particular pen. It just felt a bit rougher. Oh, I cannot stop burping. Yeah, I'm going to have to stop soon. My line work's getting a bit scrappy, a bit scruffy. Yeah, I think that's the main shape of it done. I'm pretty happy with that. Right, do I want to do anything more to this? Yeah, I might do a background on this one. Because it's slightly smaller. So yeah, I think it would suit a background. Yeah, we'll do a background. Not a major one, just the squares that I normally do. Have I done it before? Yeah, like that. Like that. That's not the best line either. I'll do. God, my lines are getting wonky. Smudging the thing. Wobble wobble, it's the end of the night, wobble wobble, not a straight line in sight, yeah. It's because this happens a lot in my other drawings when you start to lose focus and it starts turning into a magic eye. You're like, whoa. We're nearly done though, we're nearly done. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, nothing to see here. Okay, there you. Oh, battery's down to 9% as well. It's a good job I was wrapping this up. Right, let's have a look at you. No, thank you. Let's just zoom out a tad. Oh, my back. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Took a lot longer than I thought it would. What were we at? 2 hours? When did I start? 6, yeah, 2 hours 35. Great, well, thank you very much. I am going to call it there though, because my battery is soon to be dead and, well, I'm finished. Thank you very much, Dead Hand Design. Thank you for staying throughout pretty much the whole stream. I really appreciate it. It was really nice chatting to you as well. I hope to see you in the next stream, which will be Monday at 6 o'clock. Wednesday, I think Wednesday 6 p.m. will be, some weeks there might be a stream, other times it will just be an upload of a time-lapse video. But I'm going to start dedicating a lot more time to original works, so they have to take a little bit more of a priority. But the 6 p.m. slots on Monday and Friday are 100% always going to be there. Friday will be these ones, and Mondays will be these ones. Stay. Yeah, Monday will be these ones. And Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll try and chuck a live stream up on TikTok for an hour or so. If they start to kick off a little bit more, then I might allocate a bit more time to them. I might stick that on a Wednesday slot instead. But yeah, Monday will be the next time I'm online. But keep an eye out on TikTok and YouTube for other uploads. And as soon as I've got prints and originals ready, I will let everyone know on the social medias, and I'll post it on websites and stuff. But thank you again, Dead Hand, for popping in. Left-handed Painter, thank you for coming in as well. Really nice chatting to you as well. I'll give some of your videos a watch. And anyone else who joined and liked and subbed and all that kind of stuff, thank you. I really do appreciate it. But until next time, have a good weekend, and I'll catch you later.